Hello, 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 friends. I am live. How's everyone doing today?
Life is going to work out perfectly.
Hold on now. What is that? I'm just trying to go live on TikTok. Hold on. Okay. Hey guys, I am live. I am live. I am super excited for tonight. Guys, as you are coming in, drop your city in the chat. First of all, can y'all see and hear me okay? Drop a 1 in the chat if you guys can see and hear me okay. Drop a 1 in the chat, guys, if you can see and hear me okay. I hope I'm live in the right place because I do not see anybody on. So, guys, as you guys are coming in, just drop in the chat where you guys are logging in from. I am logging in from Queens, New York. So, New York is in the building. All right, so I am going to get started, y'all. I am going to get started. We are going to be talking about opening a beauty supply store tonight. I'm excited for the training. So if you guys have signed up for this training, you are in for a special treat. So I am going to share my screen. And if you guys are watching me on TikTok, you want to go over to YouTube. You definitely want to go over to YouTube so that you will be able to get these slides, right? So the slides is going to be on YouTube, guys. I'm wondering if I'll be able to do this on 2 separate screens. Okay, I am. Awesome. All right, so y'all, we are about to get it started. We're going to be talking about how to launch a profitable beauty supply store in 2026. So guys, if you can see my slides, if you guys can see my slides, drop a 1 in the chat. If you can see the slides, drop a 1 in the chat. And if you guys are watching me on TikTok, you want to join me on YouTube so that you guys can see my slides, because I have a lot of amazing information that's going to be on the slides. So go ahead and join my YouTube, guys. My YouTube is where it's at anyway. All my trainings is going to be on my YouTube. So my YouTube is where you want to be at. Okay, so let's get started. So first things first. Hey, rich girl. Glad you can make it. Good to see you. So first things first, I have this legal notice up here. Y'all, I have to read this for y'all because there's people that steal my content. So let me just get the legal stuff out the way. So this training, y'all, including all the strategies, frameworks, predictions, methods, and materials, is the exclusive intellectual property of Janice Fredericks and the Retail Genius. It is provided for personal educational uses only. Any reproduction, distribution, recording, sharing, or commercial use of this content, including using it to create your own programs and trainings or offers, is strictly prohibited and will be enforced under U.S. copyright and intellectual property law. Okay, so y'all just don't steal this stuff. Okay, that's all that says. So, guys, the Black-owned beauty supply takeover is here. I love to share this because these are some of my clients who have opened beauty supply stores and have been super successful in getting their stores open. So we have Quality Beauty Supply in Grayson, Georgia, New York Beauty Supply in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Jazzy Chick Beauty Supply in Las Vegas. Be Brave, these sisters open actually 2 locations in LA, so California. And then we have My Shade and Texture out in Tampa, Florida, House of Melanin in Oak Park, Illinois, Bold Culture Beauty in Orlando, Florida, and Mega Beauty Supply in Cypress, Texas. So the reason why I love to show these amazing stores and their amazing stories is because when I got started, guys, I had zero representation. And I still got started 15 years ago, and I'm gonna share my story later. But there was no where that I could see online or anything like that, where I saw someone who looked like me who had a beauty supply store. And so I love to show my clients because I just want to show you guys what's possible, right? What's possible. So let's move on to tonight's agenda. So tonight I'm going to be sharing with you guys the real state of the beauty supply industry in 2026, what's changing, some 2026 funding and capital trends, like what's working right now with our store owners, and how to position your store to win in this economy. And then, guys, you want to stay to the very, very end because I'm going to be sharing how you can be a part of this movement and join me and my team. We have an amazing mission to open 100 Black-owned beauty supply stores this year. And so I'm going to be sharing with you at the very end. So you want to stay to the very end how you can join this movement. At the end, I'm also going to be doing a Q&A. So if you guys have questions, I have answers, right? But yeah, definitely want to stay to the end, okay? So there are some reasons why you may have decided to join this training today, right? So some of you guys saw an ad and you're like, this looks interesting. But why? Number one, most of you are tired of your 9 to 5 job and you actually want to do work that is going to impact lives. I know what that looks like because I was a corporate girly. I was working at 9 to 5. And I've thought this is what I was supposed to do, but because I was like very anxious at my job and my doctor prescribed me medication because I was so anxious at my job, I knew that wasn't going to last very long. I was super tired, very anxious, going into work every single day. And I knew that I was called for more, right? The second reason why you may be on this training is because you realize that your community needs a Black owned beauty supply store and you want to be the first person to open one. Another reason why you may be on this training is because you know deep down in your soul that you want to create financial freedom and you're not going to be able to do that with a 9 to 5 job. And you want to start a business and maybe you just don't know what business you want to start and this just looked interesting. But you know that you want to be your own boss, you want financial freedom, and you want to create generational wealth for your children. If any of those reasons resonate with you, drop a yes in the chat. If any of those reasons resonate with you, drop a yes or me in the chat. So if you are watching me for the first time, I want to just share who I am and why I am so passionate about this industry and a little bit of my credentials. So my name is Janice Fredericks. I'm the retail genius online. I have helped Black women secure over $1.5 million in funding to open beauty supply stores. Collectively, my clients have generated over 15 million in revenue, and these are just my clients. And so, as a pioneer in this industry and a social activist, I have been recognized by Black Enterprise Magazine as an industry pioneer. But I started as a Goldman Sachs corporate girly. So I worked for one of the top investment firms, arguably in the world, and transitioned from being on top in the corporate sector to being the number one strategist helping Black women reclaim the beauty supply industry. I'm also a single mom of 5 small children. And so I'm in the trenches with all of you guys who are saying to yourselves that this is something I want to do because I'm a mom and I want to give my children a better future. Okay. So that's who I am. And like I said, I've been featured in a lot of places, a lot of publications, a lot of receipts. And these are a lot of the receipts that I got when I had my beauty supply store, because again, this was in 2010 and there was no representation. So a Black girl with a beauty supply store and she was young, like everyone was like, how? And how do we get more stores? Like, how can we push people forward and show them that this is possible? What I'm really excited about is my beauty supply program receipts. And this is really where I was able to help other Black women do what I've done for myself. Because it's one thing to do something and accomplish something great for yourself. But for you to be able to teach somebody else and pull somebody else up and do the same thing for them, that's next level. And so I love to share my articles about where they talk about helping other black women make money. So Yahoo Finance says in their article, the program has helped black women generate 3 million in beauty supply. Business Insider says the Retail Genius Boot Camp is helping fill the pockets of black women. And Kivo Daily says Janice Fredericks is reclaiming the beauty supply industry for black women everywhere. This is passion work. This is impact work. And this is exactly why I do what I do, because now I can bring other people alongside of me and show them what is possible by using the same blueprint and the same formulas I did for my stores. So, this was my store, guys. This was my grand opening back in 2010. Back in 2010. And this was literally the day that my entire life has changed. This was the day that I became officially an entrepreneur, and I opened the first black owned beauty supply store in my neighborhood. So literally making history. Like a lot of you guys on here, you guys will be making history. And so this was in 2010. I literally remember this day like it was yesterday. My entire family was there. My aunts came, they flew in. My grandmother was there, God rest her soul. And literally, guys, this was the day where I said I actually did it. I actually did it. I actually set a goal and I accomplished the goal and I actually made history. And that wasn't a light thing. And what's so important about being able to make history is that your community will come out and support you. And so, what I noticed is during my grand opening, my community came out and they supported heavy. The community, the black community came out and they supported heavy. And so not only will your family and your parents be proud, and you will, of course, will be proud, but the community and being able to see a black girl or black man open a beauty supply store when they've never seen that, that changes everything. So let me know in the chat, guys, who's the one person that you would want at your grand opening of your beauty supply store? If you can have one person, which this will mean the world for them to see and witness this, right? Who would that one person be? Drop their name in the chat. Whether this is your husband, your children, your mother, your grandmother, what one person would you want at this grand opening? Drop their name in the chat. I want to see some names in the chat, y'all. Who would you want at your grand opening to witness this amazing moment? Who would be the one person that if I can have this one person there to see me accomplish this amazing thing, I would want this one person there. Drop their name in the chat, guys. Drop their name in the chat. Don't be afraid, y'all. This is a safe place. So, guys, it is literally January, and we're actually halfway through the month. So, the question I have is how do you really want to spend the rest of your 2026? Because imagine by the end of the year, you could potentially be celebrating your grand opening of your very own beauty supply store. So Felicia says, my grandmother, Sarah. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. So imagine that you was actually able to do this. And again, this is a safe space, guys, which means no one is here to say you can't do it. No one is here to say, oh, that's a silly dream. That's a silly goal. No one is here to do that. So you have the opportunity to dream big in this moment. So let me know in the chat. Can you see yourself actually stepping into beauty supply ownership in 2026? Could you see this for yourself? And also let me know, what would it mean to actually open a store, be the first, potentially be the first black owned beauty supply store in your community, to be able to literally change your life and create financial freedom and generational wealth? What would that mean, guys, to be able to do this and get this done? Because the opportunity is absolutely here. The question is, are you ready to claim it? Are you ready to claim it? Give me a yes in the chat. Give me a yes in the chat. But what is really holding back the Black community from opening beauty supply stores? We ask this question often. And often what I see is a lot of myths that have been told. Myths from our closest family members, maybe our parents, maybe people in the community. I don't know. The industry is too saturated. I don't know how to get accounts open. I don't think I have the time to do this. I don't think I have the money. I don't know where to get funding. This is all disempowering language, guys. Do you realize that? This is all just disempowering language. And so, what I want you to do is stop using disempowering language when you are on a mission to do something great. When you are on a mission to do something great and God has given you a vision, you can no longer use this type of language. You can no longer even talk about your vision to people who would be even saying these things to you and using this type of language. You have to start empowering yourself to figure out, well, if I don't have the money now, how can I get it? I understand the industry is saturated. How do I create a store that's going to be set apart from the competition? I don't know how to get these accounts open. Who can I connect with that's going to help me get these accounts open? What coach can I get to help me figure out the accounts and figure out time? Where can I go to get this fun? That is how you start to move in a very empowered place. So guys, I want you to start using empowered language because that's the only way you're going to be able to get to the other side of beauty supply success, guys. So all of that may sound good, but you may still have some questions and you may still be saying to yourself, okay, I want to do this, but I still have some questions like what are the exact steps? How do I get started? Is there true that there are gatekeepers? How was it possible that the agents are able to like really come into this industry and dominate and we haven't been able to do this? Right? This is the point of the training, guys. I am going to literally explain all of this to you. Okay? So let's jump in. Okay? Let's get to it. So the main reason why you guys are here for most of us is because this is our wake up call. We saw a report, if you guys watch the news, that there were 300,000 Black women who have lost jobs. So right now, you may be someone who have lost a job recently. This is your wake up call. This is our moment for ownership, legacy, and control because the beauty supply industry is a $1 billion industry. And so it is time for us to just own more than the products on the shelves, right? It's time for us to step up and actually own the shelves, guys. Because for a lot of us, like I mentioned before, I'm a mom, I'm a single mom of 5 small kids. Those are my cute kids right there in this picture. They're so cute. But what I understand is that I'm the primary breadwinner and sole breadwinner of the home, right? And that's the story for 80% of Black mothers. We are the primary sole breadwinners of our home. And so it's literally everything is on us to make things shake for our children, right? Because we are literally carrying the household. So for some of us, we can't even afford to have the same year as last year. We can't do a repeat of 2025. And so right now, it's a serious wake up call for us to make things happen and shake. This is exactly what I did with my client here in North Dakota. She opened a store, Pampered Texture, also a single mom of 4, and she needed to make things shake. She was a hairstylist. She called me and said, "Hey, I want to open a beauty supply store." I said, "Let's make it happen." And she sent me this text message, "Hey, so the store is doing great. We're doing $500 a day, doubling second year in business." And so she has a hair salon and beauty supply store business model where literally you have 2 to 3 different streams of revenue happening in one location, right? She made it happen. Single mom of four, immigrant mom from Africa, got it together through divorce, through all the things, made it happen. And this is her at her grand opening day. So let's get into the numbers. So 2025 proved that there's still demand in beauty supply. So that means in 2026, we must own that demand. So here's some key points I want to bring out to you guys. The beauty demand stayed very strong, especially with the economic uncertainty of 2025. We also saw that one of the beauty supply giants, Ulta, raises annual forecasts, sharing that foot traffic grew to 2%. Okay? So the insight here is that demand is stable and the competition is shifting. So there's still room for Black owned stores. And here's what I know about economic uncertainty. I lived through 3 different recessions, guys. Like I mentioned before, I opened my store during the mortgage crisis. I lived through the COVID pandemic when literally stores had to shut down. And we lived through the last economic uncertain year, which was like 2025. I mean, I feel like 2023 all the way to 2025 was terrible. But like literally, we see the economy go up and down. For the past 10 to 20 years, we have seen it goes up and down. But what we have seen that has been steady and consistent is that the beauty supply industry is always stable. How is that possible? Well, when people have money, the industry goes up. When people don't have money and they're depressed and they're on unemployment, beauty goes up. Why? Because people that feel bad want to feel good. And how do they feel good? By looking good. Because when you start to look good, you feel good. So even when we see an economic uncertain times where we don't have the money to maybe get our hair professionally done, we don't have the money to get that makeup done or to get the nails done, what do? We go to YouTube University. We figure out, okay, what's the products do I need to get so I can still do my hair, my nails, and my makeup? And let me go learn and do it myself. But here's the thing. I still have to go and get the product from the beauty supply store. So whether I have money or I don't have money, I'm always going to the beauty supply store. These stores will never be extinct, guys. When they talk about the retail apocalypse, that does not apply to beauty supply, because you will never have a moment where we don't need our shampoo, our conditioner, our comb, our braiding hair. These are all things we walk into the store and we get. And I have like I said, guys, it's been 15 years I've been in this industry, and I've been through 3 different recessions, and each time the beauty sector increased. So again, going back to my point with the numbers here, the numbers speak volume, and we saw that it's steady. Okay. So what does this mean? It's not slowing down, it's stabilizing. So as our weaker stores start to decline, like Target and the boycott and things of that nature, we start to see our strong community center stores start to increase and grow. That means there's that opportunity for you to enter the market now while it is rebalancing. I'm going to repeat that. You have the opportunity to enter the market now while it is rebalancing. Hey, Andrea, welcome to the live. Good to see you. Y'all, we still live on YouTube, guys. We are live on YouTube. So if you want to see the slides, guys, come up in this YouTube room, because that's where the slides are, and that's where you'll be able to get all this good information. So come to my YouTube, y'all. So going into more numbers, right? Because I want you to understand this is based on data. Black beauty and texture hair categories grew from 4 to 6% annually. Okay. Black consumers drive billions, with a B, in annual beauty spends. So demand is not the issue. Ownership is. Again, I'm going back to the fact that beauty supply is a high demand industry. Demand is never the issue. The ownership is. So that's why 2026 is the year that we stop watching these other stores get open and we start owning, because we understand now that Black women fuel this economy, And yet we own a fraction of the supply chain. So it's now we switch that narrative from being a consumer to being an owner. And this is important. First of all, it's Martin Luther King Day, and so I'm happy to now mention this next slide because we have two black female pioneers that did this amazing work in the 1920s. On Martin Luther King Day, we honor two amazing black pioneers, female pioneers that already has made this happen for us. We know the names, Madam C.J. Walker and Annie Malone. They gave us the beauty blueprint already by becoming the first self-made female millionaires in that time. And we're talking about the 1920s. We're talking about a time where they had the Spanish flu, one of the greatest pandemics of that time. The Spanish flu. So we're talking about two black females who was literally able to become millionaires at a time where women couldn't even open bank accounts. And they gave us the blueprint of beauty because we're not new to this, we're true to this. Black women have been doing hair in the kitchens and we have been doing this for centuries. And they're saying this is how you make the money in this industry. So, guys, we're not building anything from scratch. We're not doing anything that hasn't been done before. And if we're being honest, if we had our pioneers in the 1920s who already gave us the blueprint of how to become millionaires in beauty, there's no rational reason why the Asians control this market. It makes no sense. Black women have become the consumers instead of us becoming the millionaires in this industry. Something happened along the way to where they gave us the blueprint on the silver platter to now most of our beauty supply stores is owned by Asians and not black women. We have to make that change. And like I said, I got started during the mortgage crisis, which was literally the worst crisis of our time. There was a housing bubble. Unemployment was at an all-time high. We couldn't even find gas. Y'all remember that? We couldn't even find gas, y'all. Like, I remember having to drive around and look for gas. And my parents are like, are you sure you want to open a beauty supply store when people can't even find gas? People are worried about how to get gas. Do you think they're going to be worried about their hair? I said, yes. And here's what happened. I opened my store and I have people come in and use their unemployment check to purchase their hair. And so where I've lost my job in 2008, my good government job that everyone thinks is going to be around forever, I pivot and open a beauty supply store where unemployment again was at an all-time high. I was unemployed. Hello. But I did it anyway. To now 2026, I'm the number one consultant in beauty supply, serial entrepreneur, and author of the best-selling book, Breaking Barriers, How to Open a Beauty Supply Store. And this all happened because I was able to take a chance on myself. And I was the only one to open a store while everyone else was too afraid to do so because it was a bad economy. So now let's talk about the market broken down by numbers. And guys, you definitely want to get over to the YouTube so you can see these charts and all this amazing information that I have up. Definitely want to come on over to the YouTube. So guys, it is big spending, small ownership. Okay, $100 billion with a B industry driven by black consumers by 8 billion. So this shows that we are the culture. We are actually the cash flow, but the cash flow is flowing into the wrong hands. And so where we are spending billions every year funding these stores, we're funding it for the Asians and the Arabs. And we need to start to move that cash flow into funding our own stores. So now let's talk about how we actually make this happen in 2026. So let's move into section 2, where I'm talking about what is working and what to do now and what is coming. So the era of pretty packaging is over, y'all. In 2026, things are going to shift a bit. We are going to move towards brands that actually perform well in stores. So it's no more copy and paste off of what other people are doing, because now customers are really demanding higher end products. And so all the products that we're used to, that's no more, because people are becoming very conscious about the things that they're putting in their hair. And so we have to be able to do the due diligence and research to have results driven products on our shelves, because all the fluff brands are dead. So, secret number one and winning strategy number one is going to be to build a results driven product mix. Your product mix is the backbone of your beauty supply store. And your product mix is literally all the different categories, right? All the different categories in your store that is going to be generating the revenue for your business. So when we talk about all the different categories, we're talking about hair, we're talking about weave, we're talking about chemicals. These are all of the different categories that make up a winning product mix. But that's very specific to your community. And so, like I had mentioned in the previous slide, you have to be able to strategize, what does a winning, profitable product mix look like for my store? Because if I don't get it right, you don't have two chances to build it over. Once you have the products in, guys, that's it. So you have to get this part right. Okay, so this is number one. And this is exactly how I was able to have multiple 5-figure months and a small 800 square foot store. So this is my store, Fabulous Freddy's. And like I said, it was very small. It was small, it was boutique, but we had a niche. And the niche in my store was natural hair care, organic products, and protective styling. And so I understood that in 2010, people were just now comfortable with doing big chops. I understood the trend of going natural. And again, this was 15 years ago. So this was when it was a thing. We was just understanding our natural curl pattern, and we was just trying to figure out, how do we care for our natural hair, because we never did this before. We was used to doing perms from the 1960s, 1970s, 1950s, all the way to the 2000s, and now we had this movement of natural hair care and big chopping. And now I chop my hair off. What do I do? Understanding the trends will help you have multiple 5-figure months in your store and multiple 6-figure years your first year, which is exactly the money that we made my first year in business. I made more money than I've ever made in my life. My first year of business opening during a recession. Okay. This was because I was very strategic and I understood trends, and I was able to create a profitable product mix. Okay. Next thing is understanding that private label is not a trend. This is going to be the new standard in 2026. This is going to be the new standard in 2026, because retailers are now replacing third-party brands with their own brands. That means you create your own signature product, right? So that's gem number 2. Strategy number 2 is launching your own signature product, because when you have your own signature product, you are now able to create and have your own product profit margins, right? You're able to create and augment your own profit margins. And because you're able to create your own pricing and create your own profit margin, right? Whereas everything else you have to sell at a certain price point, right? Because we're retailers, we have to sell things in line with the competition. When you have your own products, guys, you can charge what you want to charge. I can have the same bottle of water and you could charge $5 and I could decide to charge 10, because this is my proprietary special water with special things inside of it. This is exactly what we do inside the beauty supply store. And so we did this with my client out in Tampa, Florida, My Shade and Texture. She has her own DIY bar, which is literally, you can't see it in this picture, but behind here is her oil bar. So it's a whole bunch of oils, natural oils with her brand name on it, where her clients are able to come in and literally mix and match different oils and create your own concoction. Right. So you're able to come in and try these different like shea butter, oils, almond, like all the things, and create your own concoction and leave. What an amazing experience that is for someone who goes to beauty supply stores and it's always an in and out experience. Well, not with my shade and texture. My shade and texture, you can sit down and create your own body scrub. You can sit down and create your own body oil, all using her branded oils, right? And so she can charge what she wants to charge for those oils in order for you to make your own unique concoction. You guys picking up what I'm putting down? This is how you create your own product line, your signature product line. And this is exactly what we do in our program, right? Is guide you through what that looks like. And so we've had our clients create um, bonnet lines, edge control lines, flat irons. We've had people private label bundles. We did bundles in my store. That was like that was another popular thing back then, was bundles. And it actually still is very popular today, right? We have people with their own wig lines. I've even had a client out in St. Louis. She was doing juices, she was a very like natural store. And so she had a small fridge where she did juices, and her juices actually sold very well. I would never have thought that a beauty supply store could sell juices. And my sister sold juices and they sold very well. Same thing with Pam's store. Her DIY bar accounts for 80% of her revenue in her whole store. So like literally she doesn't even really have to sell any of the other products that we know, because most of her revenue comes from her own brand. So I want you guys to start to think outside the box here, that there's a huge revenue opportunity to be had inside your own beauty supply store. Sky is the limit. So let's move on to the next thing. In 2026, if you are not hybrid, you are going to get left behind. So now customers are expecting more technology in our stores these days. So we're talking about technology, we're talking about the use of AI, because they're expecting a shop online, pick up in the store experience. They're expecting email and SMS updates, right? They're expecting to be able to go online, check out, and curb delivery. Like they're expecting all these things, delivery options 1000%. Because guys, AI, like we are learning so much AI and technology in our stores, like literally them other people's gonna be left behind, because the way that we're implementing AI and in technology to like being above. Because here's the thing, guys, we may not have the biggest stores, like our Asian counterparts and our Arab counterparts, they open these big like Walmart looking stores and they spend millions. As long as we have the technology and the AI and the customer service in place, and we have a strong product mix and we have our own signature brand, we will win. So it's not about who has the biggest stores. It's about who can deliver what people are looking for in a very convenient way, in a fast way, and in a very technology way, because that's just what we're on. So, strategy number three is to build a dual channel retail machine that you can literally wake up to sales, right? Making money while you sleep with your online store, making money while you sleep with your TikTok shop, right? This is exactly what my client Christina did in LA with her store called Curly Girl Love. Now, when Christina called me, she was actually previously a school teacher. And then she had her two babies, Irish twin babies. and was like a stay-at-home mom. And she's like, I don't want to go back to the school. I actually want to open my own beauty supply store. Can you help me? And I said, yes, girl, let's go. And in a couple of months, we was able to get her funding for her store and literally launched her store. And so 6 months after she launched, I just check in. I'm like, hey, girl, we're at the half year mark. How much money you made? She said, I made, and pause, y'all, $96,978. This is in 6 months. Like if you check the stamp here, it is August 6th, 2023. I said, OMG, are you serious? What has been working? She said we made 12,000 on DoorDash and online sales are through the roof. So this is money being made outside of her four walls. This is money being made while she's sleeping. $12,000 on DoorDash. I don't even have to do anything with DoorDash. I pack the stuff up and someone comes, picks it up, and then takes it. I'm not even doing the driving. 12,000 on DoorDash. Let me know in the chat who wants to make over $10,000 a month using DoorDash. Let me know. Say, type me in the chat. Type me in the chat. Type me in the chat. And this is also what we did with my sister from North Dakota that I shared with you. Okay. Benisa was able to have her hair salon in her store where she's able to make money off of services as well as retail. So you can be thinking, and I think a one-stop shop is where every beauty supply store is headed, right? That is my prediction for the future. I had a hair salon in my beauty supply store as well. We made 15,000 easy with two stylists. Two stylists they were doing nothing but weaves all day every day, and they brought in 15K. So you could be thinking about what service can I add to my beauty supply store. It does not have to be hair. It could be eyebrows, it could be makeup, it could be skincare, facials. Think about what is the community missing? What void can I fill? And what can I add to my business model? What service-based business can I add to my retail business model? This is how we are getting our multiple streams of revenue outside of our four walls. Okay, guys? Next thing, guys, money and funding is not the problem. Your positioning is, right? So now we're talking about funding and getting funding for the store. Lenders are still funding beauty supply stores even in this time. Like I said, we were able to get Black women $1.4 million in funding. Okay. One of our clients in Canada got over $300,000 in funding for her store in Canada. I also have a sister where we're actually doing her grand opening in Indiana. She got 150,000 for her store. One of my Haitian sisters. And so funding is available, but lenders is going to say no to your application if you don't have the projections, if you don't have cost analysis, and you don't have that retail math. Okay. So the gem to unlocking six-figure funding is literally understanding the 5 P's of a business plan. No lender is going to look at you if you don't have a business plan that include these 5 P's. The first P is place. That's the location. Traffic, demand, demographics. Lenders trust this, okay? The second P is purpose. What are you going to use this money for? You have to break that down in analysis, right? Where is this money going and why? The product mix, right? We talked about the product mix quite a bit. This is showing the lender high margin, fast moving beauty essentials that are going to sell in your store. You have to break down your product mix in a spreadsheet, right? The next P is your promotion. What is your marketing plan to get customers to come to you? Because basically you got to steal customers, y'all, because everyone's shopping somewhere, whether they shopping online or they shopping with the agents or they shopping with Target, they're shopping somewhere. So your goal is to get people to shop with you. That's your goal, is to get these people to shop with you and keep them coming back. And to keep them coming back. And lastly is your projections, right? You need to show clear revenue, expenses, and break even numbers for your beauty supply store. And the numbers are great, guys. The numbers are great. You just need to be able to show a lender what they are. Okay? Because this is what lenders reject versus what gets approved. Oh, I just love hair and beauty. Absolutely not. You have to be able to say this store serves a high demand black and brown consumer base with proven repeat purchases. Vague location ideas. They're looking for specific plazas, traffic counts, demographics, nearby anchors. Another one, I'll figure it out once I get the money. No, they're looking for clear use of funds down to the inventory build out systems. Like they literally ask for invoices that you've done the research, right? How much is this? How much is a POS system going to cost? I need the invoice, right? Another thing that's not going to work, random products versus building an intentional product mix with the margins that lenders already understand, right? This is what gets
I'm going to bring Keisha up because she has something exciting to share.
Yes, ma'am. So last week I reported that I went underwriting, and today I actually got approved for my full amount for my loan.
Yay!
Thank you, Janice, actually, for saying, no, call him tomorrow. I got the official email announcement today that I got the full amount that I requested. And yes,
Right.
so I'm
That's
excited.
so exciting.
I'm nervous and everything all in between. I mean, it took me a year to get here. I'm here now. The money
That
is
is so good.
available.
Well, that's so exciting. Let everyone know what the full amount is.
I got 150K.
Yes. See,
Yes,
it's possible, y'all. It's possible.
And in the words of Janice, everything's gonna be moving fast right now.
Yes, y'all. So that is Keisha Woodruff. She got 150,000 for her store and literally opened her dream beauty supply store. That was a dream of hers for 10 years. 10 years she said she was following me since I had a store and was like, I want to now open the store. So 10 years after she literally saw me open my store, she opened hers. And so we are incredibly excited for Keisha. So let's go ahead and check in and recap, y'all. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? I know it's a lot of information. Give me a yes in the chat if this is all making sense. Give me a yes in the chat if this is all making sense. Also, let me know, is this helpful? Are you guys seeing the bigger picture on how to create a multi six-figure $1 million beauty supply store? Are you guys seeing how we make the money happen? How we cha-ching make this money happen? Are you guys seeing this? Let me know in the chat. You guys are very quiet, but drop a yes in the chat. Drop a yes in the chat if this was helpful. Drop a yes in the chat if this was helpful. Also, let me know if you now feel like you're ready to start your own store. Like, girl, I heard enough. I'm ready to get started. I'm on fire. What's the next step? How do I get started? If you feeling excited right now, drop a yes in the chat. Let's go, Janice. Like, how do I get connected? What do I do? What do I need to do? I want to be one of the 100 black-owned stores that you open this year. What's next? What's next? So, if y'all ready to hear what's next, if y'all ready to join the movement of Black entrepreneurs taking over the beauty supply industry one store at a time, and you're ready to be one of the 100 stores that we open this year, I want you to type "I'm ready" in the chat so you can learn what the next step is. I want you to type "I'm ready" in the chat if you're ready to know what the next step is. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go. Felicia, hype. Let's go, Felicia. Come on, let's go. So your next step is to partner with me inside our beauty supply intensive program where we turn your vision into action. Now, this is your 12-month path to a profitable beauty supply store. And this is not just about starting a business, y'all. This is about owning an asset that's actually recession proof and a recession resistant industry. So we don't just teach you the things, we actually position you for this. So we're positioning you for funding. We're positioning you for the vendors. We're positioning you to have long-term profit in your store, because if the ownership is done wrong, it's an expensive mistake, right? So this is ownership done right, right? This is ownership done right. And we break this down through our 3 C's for beauty supply success. This is our 3 C's in this program, built on these 3 non-negotiables: our courses, our clarity, and our community. So there's no confusion, there's no wasted time, just execution. So let's get into what you are going to get into. So the first C is for our courses. So you get access to our Beauty Supply University, 12 months access into our university. So this is our complete retail, world-class retail system. This is our retail plug and play system that has our beauty supply startup courses, our step-by-step retail curriculum, all of our templates, guides, calculators, formulas, so that you're literally not building anything from scratch. This is all plug and play, literally templates that you are going to put into your own beauty supply store, right? So this is real retail strategy, not YouTube guessing. Okay. So you have access to that program. That value is $5,000. Now, this is a look at just a snapshot of one of our courses inside the curriculum online, right? So it's modules, and every single module has its own homework assignment, right? Which is a template that you will be working on that is directly connected to your beauty supply store, right? So we have establishing your roadmap, building your retail credit, right? Getting those vendor accounts, your business plan and startup projections. We have literally a template that, again, everything is plug and play. So you're not creating anything from scratch. So we have our own business plan template and startup projections template. So all you have to do is plug and play your own information. We have our branding roadmap so that you can build your own brand identity that's going to be set apart from the competition, right? And so we have all of these different modules, right? This is just a snapshot of one of them, but all these modules are designed to get you to the bag, right? So this is one other client, Terrell, out in Dallas, Texas, Flawless Beauty Supply. These ladies got over $75,000 and just like a couple of days in getting started in our program. So Terrell writes here, Janice was such a phenomenal help in getting this girl boss started. Her course had a lot of information that you can't just get anywhere. So they were able to come in, get our business plan, financial projections, right? Plug and play. They took a weekend to do this super fast, right? They got the business plan, did in a weekend, sent it to their loan officer on a Monday, and got approved that week. 75,000 for their beauty supply store with our business plan. So the second thing is our one-on-one strategy and roadmap session. So this is a one-on-one session that you get with me, because we are going to sit down and build your custom 12-month execution roadmap. So this is a custom plan that is built for you, because everybody is starting at different places. Most people are going to be at the very, very beginning stages with like, hey, I'm at the beginning stages. I need help from beginning. I don't have my LLC. I don't have a name. I don't have anything. So this is the point of that Zoom call, is because we're going to get on a call. This is going to be like a 45-minute call, and I'm going to walk you through your milestones, and we're going to put dates on everything. So by this date, you're going to have the funding. By this date, you're going to sign your lease. By this date, we're going to have a soft launch. By this date, we're going to have grand opening. So that is what that strategy session is, because we want to build a roadmap, an execution roadmap that is going to be specifically for your beauty supply store. Okay, so that's the strategy session. One-on-one with me, your girl, the retail genius. Nobody else, me. Okay. And then our last C is our community. Now, this is probably the most important part of the entire program. This is our live workshop. This is our live workshop, execution workshop, live and in person in Atlanta, Georgia. We are going to be meeting where we're going to sit down and literally go through all of your beauty supply assets in person, because y'all can play in my face on Zoom, but you can't play when we are in person. Okay. Because if you guys have ever gone to conferences, things of that nature, you know that is a different vibe when you're actually in the room. And so I love to do these workshops because I want to be able to have eyes, me and the team to have eyes on your stuff so that we are going through everything that you have been working on through the courses, right? And the roadmap, that we see everything that you have done. I want to see all the homework. I want to see your product mix. I want to see what you've been working on with this business plan. I want to see what you've been working on with this branding. We want to make sure that we get eyes on everything, because once you leave this weekend, you're going to have your all your beauty supply assets together, right? It's going to be all together so that you can be able to go off and run to the races, okay? So, our execution workshop is going to be March 27th through the 29th. Okay. And that is where, again, that is where we come together and we put everything in a weekend. We wrap up everything in a weekend. We get everything done in a weekend so that once you walk away, you have everything that you need to execute. Okay. And this is what the full value breakdown looks like with everything that you get in the program. Okay. So, like I said, you get the university, which is our courses. That value is $5,000. You're getting that one-on-one strategy session with me. That session by itself is $1,000. And then you're getting the in-person workshop, which is valued at $3,000. So once this thing goes public, we always sell the tickets to the workshop to anybody who wants to come. That's usually $3,000, right? So total value of this is $9,000. Now let me ask you a question. The program's valued at $9,000. I want to go back to where we talked about the person you want at your grand opening and what it would mean to you if you was able to open your beauty supply store. You were finally able to have financial freedom and generational wealth, and you were able to get rid of that 9 to 5 job that you probably hate. Would that be worth you investing in yourself right now at a $9,000 price point? Drop a yes or a yes in the chat. That's not a trick question, y'all. That's not a trick question. Would it be worth you investing in yourself if you can literally change your life? Beauty supply industry changed my life. Changed my life. I'm in here 15 years later. Changed my life. But this is the part, guys, where most people are going to stop. Because now the fear is going to start to set in. Because now you're going to say, I don't have time. I got other financial things going on. Let me just wait till next year. It's not because you can't. It's because fear always seems to sound very responsible when it's time to invest in yourself. But fear never creeps in when Beyonce drops her tickets or when the new iPhone drops. That never happens. Only when we want to invest in a business does that happen. So, y'all, we are not charging $9,000 for this program. Our standard price is going to be almost half that, $5,000. And this is an intentional price point because I don't want access to be the barrier, because we have a goal of getting 100 people in. Okay. And so execution is the assignment. Okay. So our regular price is $5,000 for you to get everything that I just mentioned, which is a steal. But get this, y'all. For those who are on the webinar tonight, you are actually going to get our exclusive early bird pricing of half that amount. So right now you have the opportunity to actually get in. Pay in full is $2,500, or you can do a payment option of 3 monthly payments of $1,000 or $300 every single week, 10 payments. But if you're able to pay in full, you actually will save money on your ticket. Okay, guys? So right now, you have the opportunity to get our early bird pricing and literally get in at half the price. Who is ready for the link? Say, drop the link in the chat, coach. Drop the link. Let me know. Say, drop the link in the chat, coach, if you guys are ready to get started. And I'm going to get that for y'all. So this is Allure Beauty Supply. This is Jamisa Gripsy. She's another Wonderful client. Her and her husband started in our program. We got them 75,000 funding for their store. This is us at her grand opening where she says, Laura was our dream come true, and we could not have done it without Janice and her team, right? So, guys, literally, open a beauty supply store is a dream come true. It is literally a dream come true. And honestly, on average, it takes about 6 to 8 months to open a store. I actually opened my store in literally 60 days. So, like I said, depending on how fast you want to move, it is completely up to you on when you get that store open. Okay. So, let me give you some reasons on why we actually created this program. So, because we usually do just one-on-ones, but we created this lower ticket program because, again, we want to make sure that everyone could get in. But usually, our high ticket programs start at $30,000 for our one-on-one program. But we wanted to create this program because we wanted to eliminate the confusion, the guessing, the delays, the terrible vendor decisions and vendor mistakes. Guys, I have literally worked with the worst vendors in the beginning of my time in beauty supply. I had no idea which lenders were the right lenders. And literally, I spent about $20,000 with the wrong lenders when I first got started. I spent about $20,000 in vendor mistakes, right? Very costly mistakes, wrong decisions, wrong location, disorganized funding all over the place, right? I just dropped the link in the chat, guys. Actually, let me just pin this. I just dropped the link in the chat for you guys to enroll. Okay. I just dropped the link in the chat for you guys to enroll. So, like I mentioned, guys, what is included in this program is, again, 12 months access into our university, the product mix blueprint, vendor accounts, POS setup, operations, manual, build out guidance, grand opening strategy, online store setup, private label roadmap, as well as a 24/7 online portal where you can watch the trainings at any time. At any time. Good question. Felicia asked, would this work for a turnkey store for sale? Absolutely. Because you need to understand the business, you need to understand how to run the business, you need to understand you're still going to be creating your own product mix, right? You're still going to be doing all the things on your own. This is a store that we opened in Brooklyn, New York called Prissy Beauty Supply. Any Brooklyn people in the building? So this is New York Beauty Supply. This is actually two guys. The two guys on the end are actually the owners of the store. But this is exactly what we did with them and how they were able to generate 10,000 in their grand opening weekend. Okay. We sat and curated a grand opening where there was literally a line outside the door, and they made 10,000 in just 2 days during their grand opening weekend. It was one of the greatest weekends I've ever been to. And these two guys who were like, I don't even know if we should do this because we're men. And I'm like, trust me, you are going to get sales because you actually are men. And so I don't discriminate. Men and women can be in this program. Okay. So these, like I said, these two guys, they actually opened the first Black-owned beauty supply store in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Literally, I went to their wedding, one of the guys' wedding. I literally become friends with a lot of my mentees. And so this is like literally long-lasting relationship building that you have when you join this program. And then literally, you're in a room with other Black people who are opening stores all over America. And so you get access to them as well, right? You get access to them as well. Also, guys, if you enroll today, we have a wonderful fast action bonus because the people who take action are usually the best mentees. And so you get a done for you business plan, y'all, when you enroll today. We are going to be doing a done for you business plan as a fast action bonus complimentary. Now, this business plan is going to be done by my business writer who usually just works with our one-on-one clients. Again, our one-on-one clients, that starts at $30,000 to work with us one-on-one. And she is going to be doing your business plan complimentary for the people who enroll today. So, guys, this business plan is a lender-ready business plan structured to meet bank and funding private funding standards. This includes the location and market validation, demand, demographics, and competitive data, the use of funds, the product mix, the high margin, fast term beauty categories. Right, I mentioned that earlier today. 12 months of the financial projections, your break even and profitability path. Literally, when people call us and they just want business plans, we charge $3,000 for this. But for those who enroll today, you will get this as a fast action bonus when you enroll today. Okay. So, like I want to say this again, these bonuses are not going to be available later. Neither is the early bird pricing going to be available later. Okay. So, you guys want to make sure that you take advantage. And, guys, when you are enrolling, please come back to the chat. Like, don't just leave the chat. Come back to the chat and let me know that you enroll. Say I'm in or something like that in the chat. Come back to the chat, y'all. So, like I said, this is everything that you are getting in the program. This program with the bonuses, like I mentioned, guys, valued way over $12,000 with that bonus I just popped in there for y'all. Okay. So there's no excuses, y'all. We have a payment arrangement available for you guys. We have a payment arrangement that is available for you guys. So literally, access is open, wide open. You can start today for as low as $300 a week. You can start today for $300 and then decide a week from now that you just want to pay it off. Totally up to you. But if you start with the payment arrangement of $300, that gets you your business plan done for you. Because even with everything that we have in our program, our template, people still are like, damn, I wish someone would do this for me. Okay. That is the most important part for you to secure that funding, is that business plan. So literally, that by itself is worth the entire investment. Okay. So like I said, guys, the pay in full, you save $500 when you're able to pay in full. So you're only paying $2,500. That's literally half off our regular price. When this goes public, it's going to be $5,000. Because you guys are on this webinar, you have access to our early bird pricing. But once this thing goes public, it is going to be $5,000. And again, y'all can get in with our payment arrangements that starts as low as $300. So you can start today and make your $300 payment and decide a week from now, a month from now, you want to pay it off. But get in today so that you can get the business plan done. We have room to do 2 business plans actually this week. Okay. So guys, this is the moment you can watch another training, save another post, or literally finally position yourself to win. This is not for everybody, right? This is not for everybody. Not everyone's going to get it, but there is someone on here who says that this is for me. If you're on here tonight, it's not by accident. I don't believe in accident. If God has you in the room and this has been on your heart for some time to do a beauty supply store, this is literally your time. This is your moment. This is your sign. Because when you enroll today, you're going to get that business plan done for you. And we're literally going to create the roadmap for you to open your store in 2026. So again, this program is for you if you're serious about opening a store, if you want funding, ready strategy, value proximity, structure, and accountability, and you're done playing small with your future. Because this is, guys, this program is not for the spectators. It's for the builders. Okay. So this is the next page. This is the next step. This is the next step. This is your next step, guys. The link is taken to an event registration page. You should be able to, when you click join us live, right? When you click join us live, you're going to see the checkout page. Let me drop in the direct link for you guys in the chat. When you click register, it should take you to the checkout page. But I just dropped the link in the chat for you guys so that you can go to it. Okay, so I'm going to stop here, guys. Do you guys have questions? Do you guys have questions? Some of you are on the fence. Ask your questions so you can get off that fence. What questions? I'm gonna stop sharing. That's the last slide, y'all. But actually, let me see if I could share. Guys, you should see this page. You should see this page, guys. You should see this page, guys. This is the page with the different options. So the first option is going to be the pay in full option. And then the second and third option, only pick one, right? You could do $1,000 per month for 3 months, or you could start and just do $300 today. Okay, you can start and just do $300 today and decide that you want to pay it off at another time. Okay. But what I'm telling y'all is to definitely make sure that you get in today so that you can get your business plan started immediately. Because what happens after you register, guys? After you register, you're going to get a link to do the strategy session. That is the first thing that we do in this program. Because remember, we got 12 months. So the first thing that we do in this program is our strategy session to build the 12-month roadmap, right? To build your 12-month roadmap and funding plan. Our business writer gets these business plans done in 14 days. So she's super fast. So when we get on the onboarding call, I'm like, hey, if you got the business plan included, we're also going to be doing the business plan questionnaire on our onboarding call. And we'll get started on that right away so that you can start handing that out to the lenders. Now, when you guys get to the online portal, you're going to see that we have a list of lenders that we tell you to send your business plan to so that you can start the funding process and everything. And then when we get to Atlanta in March, this is when we put everything together and we package it up so that when we leave Atlanta, everything is perfect and done. And you're off, like I said, you off to the races. Okay? So that is what the process looks like. That is what the process looks like. Do you guys have any questions that I can answer for you I'll be on here for one more minute to see if you guys have questions. Go ahead and type your questions, y'all. Because I see some of you on the fence. Okay. That's what happens. Fear will have us in the chokehold. So what questions do you have so that you can get up off that fence? What questions do y'all have? What questions do y'all have? I'll be on here for one more second. And then we're going to wrap it up for tonight. Like I said, guys, you're going to have the first link here is your painful option. There should be Klarna on there too, guys. If you want to do Klarna or Afterpay, and try to take advantage of the pay in full discount and pay that $2,500, you should be able to see Klarna, Afterpay, all the things, y'all. So what questions y'all have? Will there be a link to this to the replay, Camden? There should be a link. This is on YouTube, so it should live on here. You'll get the replay for sure. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. I don't see no other questions in the chat. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Like I said, guys, We will be doing this program up until it is sold out. Okay, up until the space is all taken. So this is not something that you want to sleep on, especially if you want to open a beauty spot store this year. Right? You want to make it happen, and you definitely want to be in the room when we get to Atlanta as well. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for hopping on, y'all. I appreciate everybody, and I will see you guys another time. Have a good night.